Hello, I am Marisha and welcome to my creative diary. I hope you're having a great day. Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, so we're about to create some super cute teddy bear cards. Let's get started. For my first card, I'm going to bring in Distress Oxide's Tumbled Glass, and using my blending brush, I'm going to apply the oxide to the center of the panel. You do have the option to bring in a different oxide color or two and blend the colors together. Once I'm done applying the oxide, I'm going to bring in some black ink, give it a few spritz of water, and using my paintbrush, I'm going to give it a few taps to add some splatter to the panel. Off camera, I assembled this cute bear from scrapbook.com's layered bear die set. This is my favorite die. You may have seen me use this die to create another card, and you might see me create more in the future. That's how much I love this die set. I also die cut a heart from the scrapbook.com wafer thin nested hearts die set. And for the sentiment, I'm going to use scrapbook.com's word dies inspired die set. For the U, I brought in scrapbook.com's classic type alpha dies, and I die cut the U from metallic gold cardstock. Now I'm going to adhere the bear, the heart, and the sentiment to the panel. I really enjoy creating cards that are quick and easy to create, especially cards that I'm looking to mass produce. This card literally took less than 10 minutes to assemble. Now, of course, it's going to take a while to die cut everything, but as far as the assembly of it, yes, less than 10 minutes. Next, I'm adhering some cardstock on the back of the bear to add some dimension to the card, and I'm going to adhere him to the panel. Next, I'm going to adhere the panel to a black mat. Friend, let me tell you about this black mirror cardstock from cardstockwarehouse.com. It is my new favorite. I love the shimmer, the shine. I even use this cardstock to die cut the love sentiment. It is my new favorite thing. Next, I'm going to adhere the card front to my card base. My card base is an A2 standard size top folding card. It's cut down to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. This card is now complete. Check out that shimmer and shine from that black cardstock. For my second card, I'm going to bring in a card that I've already created and use it as inspiration to create this card. I'm often asked, Marisha, how do you handle creative block? Well, I do one of two things. For one, I allow the block to be. I know it's going to happen. It's happened to me all of these years that I've been creating. I don't get frustrated. I just go and do other things. I embrace it. I say, okay, my creative fuel tank is on E and I need to replenish. So I go and do other things, whether it's catch up on a show on Netflix, read a book, just do other things that I love to enjoy. Or I do what I'm about to demonstrate to you. I will pull other projects that I have created and I'll recreate them. I'll look at them and think, what can I do to recreate this project to make something different? So those, my friend, are the two ways on how I handle creative block. And I want to encourage you to please do not get frustrated. I know it's easier said than done at times, but it happens to us all. There is not a crafter who I haven't met who has not faced creative block. Just like the first card, I'm going to bring in Distress Oxide's Tumbled Glass, and using my blending brush, I'm going to lightly apply the oxide to the panel. For the frame and the panel, I used Altenews Mega Stamp Frames die set. I die cut the frame from gold metallic cardstock from Michaels, and the panel was cut out of Nina Classic Solar White cardstock. For the card base, I'm using Lagoon Metallic Cardstock from cardstockwarehouse.com. Using adhesive glue, I'm going to adhere the frame to the card base, and then I'm going to adhere the panel. Next, I'm going to adhere the little heart to the bear. I couldn't decide if I wanted to add it to the center or to the side. I decided to add it to the side of the bear. Next, I'm going to position the heart balloons on the card. Off camera, I use metallic gold floss to adhere to the back of the heart balloon, and to make sure that it's secured, I adhered a piece of cardstock to the back. Using a combination of adhesive glue and foam tape, I'm now adhering the balloons to the card. And once I'm done, it is on to the next step. For the balloons, you do have the option to add some shading to them with some ink or oxide. You can also use metallic cardstock. You can even use glossy accents. You can add those to the balloons as well. So many things that you can do. As you know what my motto is, before you commit, experiment. Next, I'm adhering the bear to the card, and then from there I'm going to gather the threads of floss, and I'm going to tie a knot in the floss. This will keep the threads together as I adhere them behind the bear. So as you see, I've applied some glue. I am now pressing down the paw to make sure the floss is secured, but feel free to use an acrylic block. Next, we're going to head on over to my Misty, and I brought in Scrapbook.com's Sweet Expressions Sentiment Stamp Set. I'm going to select the Love You stamp, and then I'm going to position it on the card. I'm going to ink up my stamp, and then just to make sure I have a good impression, I'm going to stamp the sentiment 3 times. Once I'm done, I'm then going to cut the knot from the floss, and I'm just double checking just to make sure that the floss is secured. And there you have it. Card number 2 is complete. And here is the original card that I used as inspiration to recreate this card. And let's bring back in the first card that I created. I love these cards, very easy to create for Valentine's Day, and not just for Valentine's Day, throughout the year. Show love throughout the year. Thank you for joining me on today. I appreciate you so much for stopping by. It is my hope that this tutorial has inspired you to create. I thank you in advance for subscribing, clicking the thumbs up button, and the notification bell. I'm sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until next time, please take care.